So, exactly how is music going to help you become more psychic? I'm going to tell you, okay? Let's jump right into this. Hello, my name is Mara. I'm a professional psychic medium. I'm actually pretty good at what I do, and I'm here to help you undig, reroute whatever it is that you need to do to realize A, that you're psychic, B, that you should be using your gifts to your advantage, not your detriment. Let's not be doing the self sabotage. Let's not doing the like, I don't, the what's the word? Imposter syndrome, because we're going to teach you how to get over the imposter syndrome. Can I say it? Apparently not, because we're not going to be talking about this, right? It's you and it's me, and we're going to be doing this thing so you can develop your abilities without having, you can move in silence, you can reiterate, you can do all the things. So when you do pop out of the psychic closet, because I don't like to say spiritual, the psychic closet, like you got your ducks in a row. That's where I want to get you right now. We're not running around here like I'm psychic. We're all psychic, okay? And some people know what they're doing, some people don't know what they're doing. There's a lot of things that are going on underneath the surface, and that's something that you can find out a little bit more over on my Patreon. But here we're just gonna like dibble dabble and put our little toes in, not into spirituality. This has nothing to do with spiritual reality or whatever people want, or whatever. You can be psychic and you can be Christian. You can be psychic and you can be Muslim. You can be psychic, you can be agnostic. Everybody's psychic. It's just how you determine how to develop those abilities, right? We're not talking about spiritual gifts like prophecy, word. No, these are just innate things that we were born with and that go away depending on our nurture and our nature and all this other stuff. Okay. So all of them, wah, wah, wah. If you want to go wah, 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 go wah, wah, wah somewhere else, or go get your own channel. Okay. All right. So we are going to run into, I say run into, that's so funny. Uh, Psychics clip, automatic writing. Okay, this is not my forte. It's actually my forte, but it's not my forte. And the reason why is because I've been called to do it and I've done it a couple times. And I'm not going to lie, it's probably one of the few times where I was like, this might be a little scary. I thought mediumship was going to be scary. And I was like, oh, it's not. It's just like a brainwave. But when it comes to automatic writing and your hand kind of just starts writing on itself, and I'm not saying like possession or anything like that. I'm talking about go talk to J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter series, or there's another writer that has admitted to this, and also another one, Robert Greene. The laws of seduction, 48 laws of power, the 50th law, with all of the things, right? And then you also have oh, that's so interesting. I don't know why Harriet Tubman is coming through. That's a random like aside. But and then there's also, oh my goodness, Bernstein, Gabby Bernstein. She like has this whole deck. I've seen her. She's, later in the scene. I say later in the scene. I don't know if she's even in the spiritual scene. What I do know though is I watched a couple of podcasts, and she has her own where she just basically channeled an entire deck. She was like, I just sat down and channeling. That's a really scary word, especially when you come from like a spiritual, not a spiritual, but a religious background, such as myself, 3 times a week, and all of like channeling, like, you're channeling the demons and the devil. And channeling is just basically like tuning into the channel, like a radio station. That's what I'm realizing. And so, like, I definitely, because when you start hearing voices and you're like, is it me? Do I need to turn myself in or whatever? But like when the voices turned out to be telling me, like, go outside right now, and I'd go outside and I'd see a drone like taking photos of the house, or there would be like what happened, William, this is where I gotcha, right? I had actually gang stalking motorcycle, like they were like, go to the front door, go to the front door. And I say they, like the people in my head, go to the front door, and there's a not so gentleman on the corner, bald headed, with a like Temecula Hells Angels jacket, right, on a motorcycle, taking photos and waiting for, right, and then like skedaddles, and then we have the drone, and then we have the other things, and then the calls into the Red Lobsters and all of the things. And here's the deal is like none of y'all never took the time to ever think that maybe you were being set up. Not by me. In fact, it took me a lot longer to figure out what was going on. Like you had true emotion from me, but yeah, like complete setup from the universe, the ABC boys. So here we go. So automatic writing. So like all of these messages, you're here on the channel. You're gonna get the messages they're flowing through, right? So I instead of apologizing for scrolling out, I don't apologize anymore. My scrolling out solves cases. My scrolling out helps children. My scrolling out identifies sex trafficking rings and pedophiles. So let's scroll out a little more. The automatic writing, not gonna lie, definitely like if you really get into it, and I'm a writer in my head, but physically, and I want to stop saying right, your words become things, but I do have a like this like of writing, even though I love reading. Writing is just and I have like 8 different hand styles or, handwriting. And it depends on my mood. Before I was like, do I have different personalities? No, it's depending on my mood, depending on who it is, right? Like it's, if I've got to, okay, that's like how narcissistic doctors are, right? They're like, I'm just like, doesn't matter whether the patient could possibly get something wrong. I'm just going to write in the shitty handwriting because I'm in a hurry. Right? When you start getting into like when it comes to becoming a flight attendant and you have 90 seconds to figure things out, you're not a doctor, you're not a this, you can ask for one over the line, but in 90 seconds, you have to determine like how you're going to speak to MedLink, right? Like on the, like people are like, Barbie boot camp. Okay, automatic writing. Back to the subject, but here we go. This is neurodivergency, and because I am saying this out loud means that you're going to make a dot. There's going to be a connection dot for you, for whoever's listening to this, regardless of whether you've ever wanted to be a flight attendant or you've ever known a flight attendant or even thought about a flight attendant. And then it's going to pop off to whatever we talked about earlier with the automatic. Like it is, I'm telling you, like I am a dot connector. And so are you. And I can teach you how to do it more. That's all it is. It's recognizing patterns, right? Most of my abilities come from non-divinatory, I don't think that's the right word or whatever, like practices, if that makes any sense. I get drop-ins, I get like all this other stuff, but I'm not asking for that stuff. It's exhausting. People think they're so like expensive. And I say expensive, like rich in spirit or whatever in people's minds. And it's just really like you are. And if you're in that vibration of like, well, I have this and I have this and I have this baby and my baby's cute and all those other things and Jesus, blah, 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 blah. And I love Jesus. Don't get me wrong. Jesus is my homie, but I don't throw him around. In fact, he did not want to be thrown around as a flex, right? So when people start flexing Jesus on me, I know immediately they're the people that I need to start backing away slowly and really like ratcheting down and observing more, because anybody that's like, I'm an alpha, I'm a Christian, I'm trustworthy, no one's ever going to love you more than I do, right? You're a push. I'm talking about, I have run the gamut of my abusers, all of the things. And you know what? I took heed and I ran. People are like, why? I didn't know. Why didn't you leave really, you're going to victim shame somebody? You were being abused. Why did you stay with him for 8 years? You're not going to the abuser saying, why did you abuse her for 8 years? Like, why did you tolerate that type of, I don't know, somebody like having control of the bank account, among other things that isn't really any of your business, but it will be eventually, right? We're going to talk about that. We're going to throw down the USMC, the Air Force, the cops, even who I was sent outside of, the psychologists, right? I've got one on the books, and everything was recorded, right? I told my story over and over and over again. Do you really want to rip his career from him? He's on the fat boy program. He can't fucking. I did most of his homework. And the whole entire time, he had a whole nother family. Fucking boys and dumpsters and fucking Kuwait or where, Libya. Dude. Oh, yeah. See, I've been doing my homework for a hot minute. And this is why we're going to come back to what we're doing in this video, right? Is automatic writing. Things will come out. It may not be comfortable, right? Because the mind, when you think about, like, you might be a person that thinks in stories or whatever. So when you just let your hand go and just let go in the flow, like listen to a podcast and you're like, I can't write while I'm listening to something. If you put your brain, oh, I'm hitting the mic, into something that just like, for cooking or stirring or whittling or crocheting or anything like that, then you allow your mind, your subconscious mind to go around and find things. Okay. So yeah, no, automatic writing, again, it seems like a really big roundabout way, because I told you, like, it's not even my favorite thing, because it is demanding, excuse me, and it is all of these words, like they say, enticing and trouble and all this. It's not. It's like, it's pure energy. When a writer starts getting into a book, ask somebody who's an actual author, not like a chat GPT, manufacturer aficionado. And I'm not judging. Like Chad, Claude, DeepSeek. Ooh, I love my menage a trois of AI tools. But when we're talking about like a true novel, like, are you going to come with a whole series of something? Like, you really need to just tap into the automatic. The universe has a story in your pen, in your hand. You just got to let go. For me, I have a lot of control issues and I'm working through them, and automatic writing is not on the top of my list right now. So take it as you will. I love you so much. Please flood my inbox with questions or the comments. I know that the comment section is usually a little sparse because people are a little, well, if you're coming with the effery, then you're gonna effery back. So yeah, I will clap back. So I'm almost, honestly, like, really flattered that I don't have hate comments, because I will jump down anybody's throat. But if you have, give me questions. What are you more interested about? Like, I don't know what people are. I was never interested in psychics. I had no interest in psychic abilities or anything metaphysical or anything like that. Like, it just never like crossed my, and I had to learn as I went, right? It's like, well, I don't want to, no, I'm not going to go there because that could be taken out of context. So let's use our discernment, and we'll catch you on the flip. Bye.